what's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 356. And sure enough, right after I have the whole discussion about responsibility, that's when Oda takes a teaching moment. It gets a little political, if you will. He basically says, hey, this is your responsibility, Franky. You built these ships. These ships created enormous atrocities. Franky, you're probably going to have to watch Tom get killed. You might even get yourself in Iceberg, thrown in jail because of what's happened. Therefore, you need to take responsibility, and he's having Tom basically knock some sense into him. And Tom gives this very big speech where he's talking about the fact that you gave life to these ships. You should be proud of what you do. And it's something I've said on numerous occasions, man. Regardless of what you do, if you screw up all the way, see things through to the very end. As a man, or just as a person in general, man, you have to be willing to stand by what you do, for better or for worse. Own up to it. And that's a reoccurring theme that we've seen in One Piece. You know, Tom's speech really reminds me of what the doctor, I cannot remember the name, the doctor on Drum Island, but I thought that that was very similar to what was happening on Drum Island, where you have the doctor, and it's not Dr. Kureha, it's the other one, but you have the doctor, and he's giving the speech right before he dies, and he says that a dream is only dead as long as people stop believing in it. And it's a similar thing here, and we don't see the death on screen. We don't know if he's going to die. It's heavily implied that in the next chapter that's what's going to happen. I thought that having Mr. Spandam kind of just show up and say, yeah, Your Honor, it's an honor to meet you. It's a good thing we were here. These guys were caught red-handed on the ships, and that's why they were injured, and they're trying to, harm you. And the people all of a sudden just change on them. And it's because of the whole thing with public perception. There's three sides to the truth. There's your version, there's someone else's version, and then there's the actual perception of it. I know the real thing is the actual truth. The reason I say perception is public opinion can change based on what's presented to them, especially if there's facts and stuff being sprouted out, or it's coming from a reliable source. For instance, if I were to review the latest chapter of One Piece, say I just started my YouTube channel, and I just started reviewing One Piece, I put up the chapter review for anybody else, and I started spouting out a bunch of nonsense. You would say, what the fuck, have you even read One Piece? And automatically my credibility would be shot. And so it's the same thing here, where you have somebody who's credible, he's working with the government, people say, well, if a member of the government said he did it, and he used to be a comrade, or at least perceived that he used to be a comrade of Gold Roger. Gold Roger was a bad guy. Therefore, these guys are guilty. The case is laid out pretty well. And it just shows the deception there. And I love the fact that when they were on the shore, and you have Iceberg saying, you idiot! Don't you understand? This was your responsibility, and if you don't own up to it, and this is going to happen another time. You're going to build something. It's going to put someone that you care about in harm's way. Look at what happened to Tom, you idiot. And Tom has to tell him stop fighting, and he rips out the harpoon later on. And I just thought that that was a very telling thing. This was a very emotionally heavy chapter, as well as a very preachy chapter. I just love the events. And my chapter question for you all is going to be with the doctor on Drum Island, the one who was basically raising Chopper before he was handed off to Dr. Kureha. I'm going to kick myself not remember the name. But that doctor, and then Tom or Nolan, who had the better death between those three? Which one did you like the best? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, make sure you hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share if you're new, or subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching, guys. Have an awesome day.
灰色の人